We're done for. Everyone get out.
Greetings, programs! Time for more FTL. Yep, we are continuing with the adventures of the HMS Sad Stories, because why not? So, we are in Sector 2 currently, and racing comfortably ahead. The thing is, you don't want to be too far ahead, but far ahead enough that you don't want to get caught short, as it were. So, I think I'm going to jump to one of these sectors here, because they both give me an option of jumping down. So, we'll go to that one, I think, and see what happens, what fate may befall us. Mercenaries! Oh, is that a missile launcher? Let's go with the we have no need, because they've got missiles, so I'm trying to keep from taking as much hull damage as possible. So we'll jump down to that one. And, ooh. Okay, well that's our bad. We've just shunted a rock freighter. We just rear-ended him, and apparently he's a bit mad about that. And instead of swapping insurance details, he's going to throw some missiles at our direction. So, yeah, that's how you swap insurance details in space, is via missile. Now you know. So we just keep. I don't need to keep doing that. It's on auto fire. Just. Honestly, yeah, we definitely need to get this guy's weapons out of commission as long as possible, basically. So the more experience Sargon picks up, the better, because that means the recharge times, especially on this is a relatively fast-firing weapon, but it's not quite fast enough. But anyway, we've taken a fairly minimal amount of damage there. One missile, one drone part, 27 scrap, so that's not bad. We're actually sitting on a fairly healthy pile of scrap at the moment. In fact, I will take this opportunity to increase my door level, so if we have intruders at this point, they won't be able to just waltz through the doors anymore. So let's jump to that one, see what happens. We could do with some more fuel soon as well. We're running a bit low. Okay, intrudulators. That's the artillery beam, but we will actually just vent atmosphere there and use my burst laser to do the same thing, take down their weapons. Now, the minute we start encountering enemies with like 2 shields, the burst laser on its own becomes not terribly effective. So I do need to have some scrap to hand in order to actually basically buy more weapons. More weapons is quite important. I think we're fairly comfortable at the moment, but they have managed to get to the O2 plant, so we need to finish this guy off fairly quickly. Now, they have damaged the artillery beam, but they haven't blown it totally, so you don't need to do that. Honestly, just hands off the keyboard, Jedi. Hands off the keyboard. If they get to door control, actually, that's fairly bad. Okay, we're going to have to close the doors there, and okay, I'll send my guys into O2 control to repair. And there we go, there's their ship down, so that was fairly comfortable. I can just actually... It's like I was saying in the last episode, it'd be really nice if you could, like, if you had intruders in this kind of situation, you could say, you know, essentially, convert or die! But no, you can't do that. No, they've gone for my pilot for whatever reason, so get them repairing the door controls. Now, the more you upgrade your door systems, the longer it takes people to get through, basically. And if you can have a door system manned, that's the best of all. So, we will get them healed up, get the door control fixed, and just, yeah, get everyone fixed up. So, stick the Nebster back in pilot control. Heal up Sargon, and then we can just hit the return button. Or I could even hit return on my keyboard, because that does exactly the same thing. It's a nice feature. Oh, we didn't repair the artillery beam, actually. That's quite important. We, yeah, that is half my armament at the moment, so we definitely want that to be in tip-top condition. Jumping ahead without that fully, you know, would be a bad idea. So let's jump ahead to... Oh, a store is dashed useful, actually. But yeah, we'll go to the store. Got a decent amount of scrap. They might have something nice. Firebomb small bomb, ion bomb, and we can have some augments. Long-range scanners are quite useful, but the shield charge booster is also very useful. 15% boost. I could have some crew. The firebomb, I think, is actually, of all of those, we've got 3 teleporting explosive devices, but I think the firebomb is the most kind of destructive. We will fix all. We will buy all the fuel that they have. And yeah, I could go for a crew teleporter or a hacking module, but I don't know. What do we think? Would another crew member be more useful than that? Teleporters are actually, they're okay for taking over enemy ships, but you need to have sufficient crew to be able to, because it's a risk. You know, if somebody jumps away and your crew's on board, that's it, they're gone. They're basically, they've been lost forever. Shield charge booster, I think that sounds the most useful for now, and I could get a human. This is a tough choice. I think we'll actually hang on to the rest of my scrap. So I currently have a drone recovery arm, which is useless at the moment, but may well be very useful in the future. So we've got time for one more jump at least, and then we can get on to the next sector. Interesting. Oh, see, I can get a free crewman. Tell them I got sent them here to join your crew, or I could promise to share with them. Oh, I don't know. Actually, that one might have negative consequences, so we'll go with that. Can't risk later again. Close frequencies to jump away. Ah, okay. So nothing came out of that. On to the exit sector. Okay. See, just randomly, just defense drone Mark II. So I've got a defense drone Mark II for free. All I need now is a drone bay. That is fantastic. We might also consider, how much is that going to cost me? If I put 2 into weapons, that's going to cost me 60. But it means I could have the fire beam up at the cost of, I can't put anything else into reactor bars at the moment, but actually that means I could have 2 sets of weapons. So I could turn off, for instance, those 2, and I could have both weapons up at the same time, the firebomb, or I could like disable the burst laser and just fire the firebomb. So we shall play it by ear, I think, with that one. So let's jump to the next sector. 1 scrap. So ooh. Now I've said I want to try going through some nebulas, so let's go actually for the abandoned sector and then go through that nebula sector. This sector was the site of many major battles between the Federation and Rebel fleets. Strangely, there's very little evidence of those battles remaining. That could portend something interesting. Oh, Ion Star. Or a pulsar, rather. Ion Star, wow, that makes sense. Research station. Oh! It's the Lanius! It's the Lanius, you guys! Oh my god, okay, okay. Now, the fire beam is going to be totally useless because the Lanius operate without oxygen, essentially. So I'm reliant on my burst laser and my artillery beam. And that looks like some kind of ion weapon there. So let's just... now, I think if you're really fast off the mark and you disable shields and then you can put them back up again, I think that is a thing that you can do. We will not accept 23 scrap. Well, they're not so tough when they're not on your ship. I think when they're on your ship, they're extremely tough indeed. So I think if you time it right, I have read this as a thing, that if you take a system offline, like say shields, you can then bring it back up immediately and you don't have that cooldown. So there we go, artillery beam will finish them off. It'd be nice to have some actual Lanius crew members myself, but I've not yet had an event where that's been possible. That is literally my first encounter with the Lanius in the, what, 3 playthroughs I've done since I got advanced. So, yeah. So we'll make a sideways jump here. There's a decent number of sectors north of the... Yeah, we'll actually do that. But again, starting to run low on fuel. And, oh, this is actually a Lanius sector then. So when you get a red sector like this and it says, there's strangely little evidence, apparently that means it's a Lanius. So, they've got hacking. We'll go for their weapons. It's a pair of burst lasers, but that... oh, 1 burst laser and 1 just normal laser. Unless that's a charge laser, which could be nasty. Charge lasers work by... It's like every time they fire, it gets a bit quicker. So you can end up with... basically getting pelted by shots every few seconds, in theory. So let's take out their... Oh... FTL recharge booster. They're going to give me an augment. Okay, let's accept their offer. Because an augment's pretty nice. I've got an augment for the cost of... and some scrap for the cost of like 1 hull point. So, ships FTL. That is kind of useful if you're in a situation where you want to run away. Which there are plenty of situations where that might be true. Oh, I've got a choice of stores. We'll jump to that sector first. We'll do some jumping around and then go to the stores, basically. Because it's like, if one store doesn't have something that can interest me, I can go to the other one. 6 drone parts for some scrap. Sure. We're not using drone parts at the moment. Although, I probably shouldn't give them all away, because, you know, we do want drone parts at some stage, but that's going to be a little while. So we'll go to that store now, actually. That's sufficient scrap that if there's something really good, hopefully I can, if not sell stuff, then, you know. Scrap recovery arm's quite nice. FTL jammer? Doubling the time it takes for them to jump. Well, that is basically something we got for free. We'll hold on to the anti-drones thing for now. Stealth weapons. Ooh, because if we had a cloak, ooh, got some useful stuff. We will get the scrap recovery arm though, because that is more income, which is incredibly useful. It basically pays for itself really quickly. There's also a burst laser 1, ion blaster, which requires only 1 power, and a missile launcher. I think the ion blaster, you know, because we've got now a choice, a chance rather, of taking down their shields, and it's something I can have active at the same time as the burst laser, so that could be really, really useful. We'll actually put another power bar in so I can have both those active at the same time, and then I think my next lot of scrap I'll probably want to spend on upgrading shields, something like that. So let's jump to a few more sectors and then maybe just check out this second store. So we'll jump that one there. See how it goes, because you never can tell. Federation Science Craft. Interesting. Deciphering the language. Ask if they have anything to help your mission. 41 scrap. Okay. Just free scrap. Oh, distress signal. I still want to get to this store. We'll take the risk. We'll take the risk. Actually, no, we won't take the risk. I've only got 1 fuel left. We need to go to a store for more fuel. I'll take the risk and then get stranded. Yeah, right. All of the fuel. Just let's not even look. Chain ion. Ooh. Swarm missile launcher. Given time to prepare. See, these are some of the new weapons. What else have they got? They've also got Clone Bay, drone control, which I've been looking for, but yeah. Oh, a Lanius. Oh, and he's 50. Boarding drones. They seem to be very drone oriented. I'm actually, having said, you know, drones, I don't actually have the stuff to get drones. I think what we'll do is we will hold on to the defense drone, because I'd still like a drone at some point, and we'll hold on to the drone recovery arm. But I really want a Lanius crew member, because I do. Because I've never had a Lanius before. So, we'll have that guy who is currently that guy, and we'll put him in door control maybe? Or do we put him in sensors? I'm not sure which is more useful, to be honest, at the moment. I can move him about as the case may be, use him to fight borders. We're back down to not very much scrap now, but I wanted to have a Lanius. I just, it's Icon has Lanius. Nebster needs also to get healed before we jump to the next sector. We also got some fuel, so that's alright, but we're low on scrap at the moment. So, also, we need to rename GM Foe. I don't think we want GM Foe. Oh, let's go. I know what we're going to call you. Matilda. And you might be thinking, Matilda? Yeah, the Empress Matilda. It is fitting in with the theme. It's not just a random Roald Dahl reference. So, a couple of choices here. We could actually try doing that kind of leg round. So, we jump there and then there, or is that a bit risky? We'll jump. We'll try it. We'll give it a go. We'll take the risk because you want to take in as many sectors as possible. Uh-oh, intruders. Okay, right. We will evacuate the room. We'll get him, and we'll actually put like everyone in the same room. So if they get that far, because it's a good thing they're at that end of the ship, because it basically means that yeah. Uh-oh. Also, still, your person can die, so I should probably get... Woohoo! I'll probably get Matilda out there and healed up. Okay, they're just wrecking stuff, but it doesn't actually... They seem to be trying to get through. But they're going to get through to the shield room, and then that's going to be it. That's going to be like... Oh, they're all going to die there. So we'll get Matilda back in there. And the thing is, I could have them all move in there. Well, 3 of them anyway, but we're basically having a bit of a Barney right now, and that's them all dead. So we'll close all doors on the ship. We'll get everyone healed up and return them all to their positions. Now, the annoying thing is when I hit the return to positions, because I didn't reset the positions to include that new location where I want that particular crew member. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Right, Rehoboam is shields, and Sargon's weapons, and Zenobia is in the engine room. So we will... this is where having extra crew comes in really useful, especially a good mix of crew, because that's one of the when you start off with, say, Engi ships or Zoltan ships, because they are poor fighters. The early kind of the sectors, if you get boarded, it can be really difficult because you basically can't fight for toffee. Let's jump. I think we'll abandon the plan of going there, and we'll just go there because that might be a bit too close for comfort. Because these rebels are hot on my heels. Right, a Lanius ship. Help! These metal bastards have gone crazy. Hull hostile dismantled ship, which lies violent Lanius ship responsible for the carnage is advancing even on the survivors. Attack the Lanius ship. Okay, we'll take them on. And they've got some weapons I don't recognise, but we'll go with Ion Blaster at the shields and the burst laser at the other thing. Now, the thing with the burst laser that's quite useful is even if the Ion Blast misses, it's relatively quick, and because I've actually had is it Sargon? He's actually now halfway through the first skill level, because there's like 2 skill levels, so they are now charging faster, and it is noticeable how fast they are charging. So I'm actually that was easy. That was just a walkover, really. That was just some free stuff. Oh, and another Ion Blaster. Okay, that could be actually really useful if I put another power bar on. Pair of Ion Blasters? Like, you could... Oh, this has possibilities. This definitely has possibilities. I haven't yet had a chance to use my fire bomb, but we're fighting the Lanius mostly, so it's going to be totally ineffective. Oh, pirates though. Okay, right, strategy. We might have borders, but if I fire an ion blaster there and an ion blaster there, and then fire my burst laser at, oh, I don't even know, weapons. So here we go, we've got one crewman, but we'll just vent that to space. And see how he likes it. Chances are he'll actually just beam back as soon as that cooldown is over, unless he dies first. In which case they've just lost a crewman for absolutely no purpose. Now the downside of doing this is that you're not getting any fighting, you're not getting any melee XP, as it were. But on the other hand, it hasn't. You haven't risked your crewmate at all. So there we go, 2 ion blasters. That is actually quite an effective combination, especially as they're relatively fast firing. So let's put one of those at the engines and just keep plugging away. That's a good way to keep their shields down. That's not a terrible offer, but let's go with... when you blow stuff up, you tend to get less fuel, but you tend to get more scrap, basically. So if someone makes an offer of surrender, if you're low on fuel, it's better to take the surrender than it is to keep blowing them up. Ooh! I have possibility to hire a crewman who has got skills. The skillsors to play the billsors for considerably less than normal price. I think we'll go for it, you know. I think we'll go for another Lanius. Because, 2 of them are in a room. Although, on the other hand, if I have an NG, they're really good at repairing stuff. Sometimes that can make a big difference. Actually, we'll go with the NG. They're good at repairing stuff, and they can basically... yeah, they can... I was going to finish a thought there, and it didn't happen. They can something. What's his shield skill? He's 100%. Well, actually, we'll do a swapsy. We'll put Rehoboam in there, and we'll have the newbie in the shield room. So that is, I've basically paid for more shield recharge, shield crew skills, and I've paid less scrap for that guy as well. So that's quite useful. And I've also now got enough that I can have my sensor system manned, which is again useful. That's a free bump. Well, I say free, it's at the title of a crew person, but it means in this case that I am doing alright. So we will rename Lauren, and we will rename Lauren to I've got a list here on my other screen. I've got to pick one out. Let's go with an Indian. Devareya. And most people probably have no idea who that is. I barely have any idea who that is. Some of them I know, like Matilda I know more about than Devareya, for instance, but let's just go with it. That's the theme I've picked for this crew, so why the heck not? So, nebulas. We'll have a go at this nebula. In fact, we'll probably just do 1 or 2 sectors here and then wrap up this episode, because we're getting up to the 25-minute mark now. So, yeah. Do we jump that way, or do we jump across and back up? Let's just jump across and back up, because why not? Mantis hunting grounds. Ooh. Okay. Let's do the same thing again, and ion blasters just pounding away at their shields, and they don't have anything to stop those blasts, so that's fine. So pow pow, and then burst laser against the now they do have a teleporty bomb thing, but we can... evasion works against those as well, fortunately. So we'll just keep... this is actually a pretty good combination, a pair of ion blasters and a relatively fast firing laser weapon. Plus I've got my artillery beam, which just periodically whacks them for a whole bunch of damage, which again, quite useful. And this is actually, look at this combination, we're keeping their shields down really effectively. They just cannot recover, and boom, we have taken no damage. So that's a really nice combination. Didn't get any fuel out of that though, but it's not like they were offering to surrender exactly. Now, we need 100 scrap to upgrade my shield system, so that'll be the next thing, is upgrading shields. So we'll jump to this... Oh, apparently, okay, that's an interesting... You get the mouse tooltip. The rebel fleet was prepared for the nebula in this sector, so maybe it does still operate a bit more slowly, but it's not like jumping to nebulas in a normal sector. Okay. Attack the pirate. Yes, always attack the pirate. Oh, they have a clone bay. The thing with a clone bay is if they beam over, which they can do, and I kill them, they just respawn. So actually, if you've got a clone bay and you're relying on boarding parties and you can keep your clone bay active, then actually that's not a bad combination at all. That makes boarding parties a lot less risky. Let's actually ionize the clone bay though, so if they lose crew members they can't. Or actually no, shall we because they've only got one shield, let's take down the ion blaster. Let's try a couple of fire bombs, and we'll also turn off auto fire, so we don't want to be basically doing that. So burst laser, we'll send a fire bomb. Oh, he's jumped right in with my Lanius. Good luck with that, mate. You're jumping into an airless room. We'll fire bomb the O2 room, see what happens. Oh, I did take a hit there. Boom, right, that's on fire. Burst laser their shields. Boom, boom. And then we'll put the burst laser back onto their weapons. So if I... oh, nice. They've got fire problems. We'll accept their offer because they're offering fuel, and I probably won't get fuel otherwise. And I've basically done okay there. So we'll just heal up Matilda and then jump onto the next sector. And because I set their ship on fire, it's still doing damage. Fire is a very effective tactic. If you had a fire bomb and like a fire beam and then something to take down the shields with, like a fire beam and the two ion blasters would probably be quite nice. Actually, if I wait long enough, it'll probably break apart, because when you have raging fire that knocks out systems, it takes off hull points, and that's kind of nasty if it's happening to you, but it's kind of hilarious if it's happening to someone else. So there was a chance there I could have knocked out their crew, but instead I accepted their surrender. Mantis ship. There won't be a next time. Open fire! Wow, that would be kind of a dick move. We'll click the wrong one. Wow, that's what I meant to do. Okay, they've got a med bay. So if actually I put a... we'll try a fire bomb in the med bay, because they've only got a 2 med bay now. Oh, right, there we go. The door's flashing, so I know they're in there. So if I evacuate it and then send in Matilda, because it's not like that's doing much good. And the fact that Matilda's in there as well means that it's going to evacuate of air that much quicker. So we are taking some hits there, actually. Right. Go with the ion blasters now. Use the ion blasters to take down their shields. And burst laser on the weapons, and we'll just put auto fire back on there now. Also, we'll get Matilda to the med bay. I can't really use Matilda to repair stuff, unfortunately. But, yeah. Now, have they jumped away? Maybe. Uh-oh. Right. Actually, let's just leave Matilda in there to fight the fire, because she'll suck the air from the room, basically. And then we can send Rhea back in once the fire's out, and get the oxygen back up. Oh, there we go, we've defeated them anyway. We did take some hull damage, but overall we actually came out of that okay, and we got some fuel, which is useful at the moment. So we'll do a swapsy. We'll get Rhea back in there and have Matilda heal up. Matilda's just mostly going to be used for fighting at this point, because especially when we're in a nebula, it's not really helping out at all. So there we go, Rhea repaired that nice and quick. And we'll also now take the opportunity to get my shields up to the next level, because we're starting to see enemies that have got 2 shields as well, so it's useful. So 55 scrap, that's potentially enough to buy something at a shop. And we'll jump up north and see what happens. And this will be the last one, I think, of this. Actually, this episode's gone longer than I thought it would. We're up to nearly half an hour now. But yeah, this is definitely going to be the last sector. It's just a rebel scout. This is going to be really easy. Just ion blast the weapons and pound away with a burst laser, basically. There's not much this guy can do. He's got no shields. So he's basically screwed. But it's a rebel, you know. There's a thing in there, sitting there, an AI, a computer, going, Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, do. As you know, as the ship progressively gets blown up around it. That is definitely what is happening right now inside my head. Anyway, there we go. Rebel Scout down. Got a bit more scrap and stuff. So here we go, end of episode 2. I've actually made it to the end of a second episode this time. This was a slightly longer episode. Let me know actually if you like the kind of... Yeah, if you like kind of 20-minute episodes, or do you want 30-minute episodes? Because the thing with FTL is actually it encodes to, for the length of video, I get smaller file sizes than I would with, say, World of Tanks, which is quite nice from my point of view, because I can do slightly longer videos if you guys and gals want it. So let me know in the comments. But otherwise, you can hit the like button, you can leave a comment, you can subscribe to my channel, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.